Good morning, everyone. We begin with chanting universal well-being. May I abiding well-being in freedom from affliction, in freedom from hostility, in freedom from ill will, in freedom from anxiety, and may I maintain well-being in myself. May everyone abiding well-being in freedom from hostility, in freedom from ill will, in freedom from anxiety, and may they maintain well-being in themselves. May all beings release from all suffering, and may they not be parted from the good fortune they have attained when they act upon intention. All beings are the owners of their action and inherit its results. Their future is born from such action, companion to such action, and results will be their own. All actions with intention, be they skillful or harmful, of such acts there will be the heirs. So continue reading the bowing journals and letters from the pilgrimage done by Rev Heng Shure and Master Heng Chao in the late 70s, and I will continue the long entry of Dharma Heng Chao. It's March 19, 1978, and he's kind of continue reporting how strange people show up on the highway when they bow. This is subtitle Mushroom People. 2:30 p.m. An old beat-up camper pickup stops down the road. Two people get out and walk towards us. Same vibrations and weird body energy as the previous couple. The man is bulbous and bulky and moves like a slow motion movie. He's wearing deep overalls, a loud Hawaiian floral print shirt, and an oversized straw hat. The woman is dark and gives the feeling of heavy density. She moves like molasses rolling downhill. Her face seems hidden away, and I get a strong intuitive message not to look directly into her eyes. She's literally absorbing. The conversation is scattered and disconnect. The words and body movements are slow and dreamy, almost half as fast as ours. It's if they are in a different medium, like underwater or suspended at zero gravity. My father does Tai Chi, says the woman out of the clear blue. He has a guru and greatly enlightened now. A long silence follows. They disappear into a field across the road and return with a bag of fresh picked large mushroom. They are okay, no poisonous. We eat them all the time, says the man reassuringly. The man says he's a marine biologist and they live off the sea mostly. Even have a garden down there, he says, pointing out to the ocean. 3:30 p.m. A station wagon pulls up behind us. 4 Koenko people. Clearly they are not people, at least not like any people we had ever seen approach. They are like zombies, or bodies risen from the grave. Their skin color is pale, chalk white all over, and the texture looks like soft clay. As if with touching it, it would leave an indent, a permanent print. There is no blood color at all, even in their lips or fingernails. They are bleached and lifeless, without any spark. They speak in a slow, dragging monotone, not the slightest inflection or fluctuation, just one tone. We have come to save. You are on the wrong path. You must listen to us, they drone. There are two men and two women. They work in teams, going back and forth, preaching and pleading with us. Neither of us says a word. You claim to be peaceful and seeking truth, but you won't even talk with us. How can you just shut us out? You must listen and change to our way. It is the only true way, they incant. None of them shows any emotion or charge or change in facial expression. They don't blink their eyelids, but just fix stare as if looking through us with plastic faces and half-closed eyes. Are they in a trance or possessed? They keep pressing up as close as they can without actually making contact. A few times they reach out their arms to touch our faces or grab our arms, but suddenly stop and withdrew, as if meeting a barrier of resistance. You are selfish. No talking is selfish. You must talk to us. Their voices and presence leave an ear sepulchral feeling in the air. After about 45 minutes of heavy, soft sell, they give up. Then, as if someone gave a cue or blew and whistle, they straighten up and turn in a perfect unison and dreamwalk back to the car, arms hanging straight down, and their sides, head welded and moving, looking straight ahead. 5 p.m. As we borrow near in sunset along a wind-blown, rocky shoreline near a lonely point, a pickup truck stops. A tall man steps up. My name is Preacher. He shoots through the wind. Preacher is about 6'10", dark and wild looking. Long hair and a full braid twist a curl every which way. His face is raw and regular, with deeply set features. His manner is aggressive and unpredictable, yet not unfriendly or violent, just rough and powerful. A solid silver medallion, a forbidding steer's skull with a long pointed horns hangs from his neck on the rawhide tongue. He grabs my meditation beads from around my neck. Sandalwood beads, he says, sniffing them. Far out. Picking up and running all over the rope and rocks. He snaps pictures like someone playing a hot pinball machine. Snap, snap, click, click, whir. Yes, sir. In this day of mechanization and mass conformity, I believe everything should get equal coverage, he roars with gusto. Click, click, goes the camera. Preacher is a self-styled bohemian minister of an unspecified church. I live out over here, he says, pointing towards a windswept, bouldered point where big waves slam and spray. If you get near, stop in, he laughs. Preacher is a prosaic fiction of the rocky shoreline and pounding breakers. I don't know where he lives because the area he pointed towards has no houses or any signs of people. There is just the wild sea and the rocks. Frau Hengshur and I felt protected and watched over. We didn't feel fear or anger, just a naive sense of wonder at the strange things that can happen in this world. When things started feeling off center or too close for comfort, I would close my eyes and visualize my teacher or an image of the Buddha, as if in front of me. It seems to naturalize any danger or fears, is the quote. He vows to always have proper mindfulness of all Buddhas of the 3 periods of time and reverently think of the Tathagata as always appearing before him. He vows to dwell in the perfection of ever-increasing will and bliss, and to separate himself widely from the animosity and anger of all demons. The key is to not give rise to any demons of the key is to not give rise to any demons of anger and animosity in our own minds. If in our own thoughts and feelings towards others there is no fear or hatred, no bad vibes, then nothing can disturb us and no one will harm us. Later, at the gold wheel, the master asked, "Master, did you get to mountain yet?" Monks, "Yes." Master, "And then strange people came, right?" Monks, "Yes, that very day." We then related to above events to the abbot. Master, the strange people who suddenly came up were mountain weirdos and water goblins who came to play with you, to check you over. They wanted to find an entrance, but since you didn't talk, they had no way to get in. So like in Hamlet, Shakespeare says, they're more in things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than our dream of, like it was when then you dream of in your philosophy, right? That famous line saying. I don't have so much time. What's besides this weird exposure to people and events, what very struck me in the Marty entry, his kind of sharp awareness, descriptions of those people who show up, their facial expressions, how they look, how they behave, how they walk, was very clear and aware, very present. And interesting that although he was a Dharma protector in this pilgrimage for Ever Hengshur, the main thing what he protect himself was not to rise any anger or fear when those events, strange events and people show up. And the method when he felt a little bit off was to visualize his teacher or the Buddha. And he says everything melted up. So it's very interesting to contemplation to use. And same like we can encounter not just strange people or events around us, but also what's happening in internal us. Sometimes maybe some memories, some strange emotions or difficult emotion arise. The question is how we can deal with them. We respond with fear, we can respond to anger, or just let things be and use the Dharma method, whatever we have in our toolbox. So I will stop here, and now we have practiced 3 steps, 1 bow.
Begin with Samantha Baja's repentance verse.